What's up guys, this is Balázs from RacingBrick. Sorry for that little tease in the previous video, this time I won't trick you, this car is only here for some comparison. Today I will show you the LEGO Technic 42141 McLaren Formula 1 race car in details, as it is finally revealed officially. But what do we see here exactly, and how can LEGO reveal McLaren's super secret 2022 car days before its official reveal on the 11th of February? Let's find it out. Let's go through the numbers first quickly. It's an 18 plus set, of course, it has 1432 pieces and the price is 179.99 euros or dollars. This already clarifies a few questions. This is definitely not the 2022 LEGO Technic supercar. Its closest siblings are the Ferrari 488 and the Porsche 911 RSR from a piece count and price perspective as well. If you already build these sets, then it somewhat predicts what technological features we can expect, and it is not really promising, but let's see the design first. What we see here on the box is without a doubt the brand new 2022 Formula 1 car design, but at the same time this is McLaren's livery from the 2021 season. I think this combination is totally understandable. LEGO had to finalize the product several months ago, while the design and sponsor might still change in the last minutes at the Formula 1 teams before the season starts. On the front of the box you can see the car itself with the McLaren branding. This time the elegant 18 plus design looks great, I think. The back of the box is more interesting. We can see the car from another angle and there are some images below it. First, the dimensions. The LEGO version is 13 cm high and a whopping 65 cm long. Just to put it in perspective, the length of this set in front of me is around 59 cm, so it's even longer than this. You can see the 2021 car in the next photo with the same livery, but I think the most interesting is the third one, where there's a full-size 2022 car in the background. So, did LEGO really show the new McLaren F1 car on the box before the official reveal? I don't think so. The overall design of the 2022 cars was shared a long time ago, and you can even see concept photos of the new design in different team liveries on Formula1.com. I think LEGO designers had to work with something similar, probably without knowing the exact technical details of the 2022 McLaren car. This here might look like what we can expect, but the livery will change for sure, and also some of the details. The last photo is a close-up shot of the car from last year again. So, let's do a quick overview of the car and what new design features are replicated here. The shape of the front wing is okay, although we only have 3 profiles instead of 4, might be the limitation of the LEGO elements. The shape of the winglets are also quite authentic, and this is by the way a brand new and really promising Technic panel here. The same panels are used over the front wheels to replicate the wake control winglets. We have wheel covers on the front wheels, and here's my first disappointment. We don't get printed tires, unfortunately. There seems to be a sticker on the wheel cover disc, so that one is not printed either. I'll get back to the tires in a minute. The halo looks nice. I think this suspension arm piece was not available in orange previously. It is also great to see a rigid construction for the halo and not a simple soft axle solution like on the pullback Formula E set. I really like the paneling behind the cockpit. There seems to be a rotor blade element integrated here as a fin. The rear wing also has the new panel fairing, and here's a clear view of the brand new one module wide curved piece that we suspected to see on the upcoming app-controlled transformation vehicle. There's a cutout for the V6 engine. It's not about realism this time, but to see some technical action on the LEGO car. What else can we see? There's no photo yet of the underside of the car, but the front end of the Venturi tunnels are nicely replicated behind the front wheels. And what do we have here? There's no clear shot of this piece unfortunately, but it seems to be a Technic frame that is only 3 modules high. The smallest one previously was this 5x7 frame. This one is not clearly visible, but it is probably 3x9, a very promising piece for sure. The shape of the rear wing is much more organic by the way on the sample car that was shared previously. Here the top section is completely flat. Not sure how the real car will look like, but I'm afraid there will be some differences around here. So, what features does the LEGO version have? There's the V6 engine driven by the rear wheels through a differential that you can see here. We have functional steering with the working steering wheel. At this point, I don't think we have hand-of-God steering. There's active suspension at the front and at the rear. You can sort of see the shock absorbers at the front, nothing at the rear unfortunately, but I assume we get a similar pushrod suspension like we had on this previous car. And according to the press release, there's a quite surprising feature. The set has a differential lock. While F1 cars are no off-roaders, they do have a sort of limited slip differential that can be changed and tuned from a completely open to a closed position and anything in between according to the requirements and conditions on the track. This is a hydraulic system on the real cars, but none of the photos in the press package seem to reveal any traces of such system, so I'm really looking forward to build a set and see how this was implemented. So, based on the comments under my previous video, you also expected a bit more on the Technic side from the set, and I have similar feelings. A part of the rear wing can be rotated manually, but calling this a functional DRS is a bit of a stretch, I think. We don't seem to have a gearbox at all, and I don't think there are any easily removable sections, for example the front wing, that would simulate this ability on the real car. But for the first side, the weakest point of the set is the tire choice for me, as these are the good old tumbler tires. The tread pattern is one thing. As you can see from the blue color choice, these supposed to simulate full wet tires. I know, the print on the wheel cover does not match the one on the 2021 Pirelli tires, but I think we can assume that the LEGO designers did consult with Pirelli before designing these. The total height of the tumbler tires is also well hidden by the wheel cover. This way they sort of still look like the new 18-inch tires of 2022, so that's also fine. But the real issue is the width, as the same tires are used at the front and at the back of the LEGO car. In reality, there's a huge difference between the width of the front and the rear tires. The tread width is 305mm at the front and 405mm at the rear, and this is unfortunately ignored on the LEGO version. I think it's a real missed opportunity to introduce some slick tires at this scale with two different widths, but yeah, we can't get everything apparently. So, the set is a bit of a mixed bag for the first sight, but I don't really want to draw final conclusions before actually building it and seeing the details. At this point I like the overall look, I like how some of the new design features are implemented, I like the new parts, but as always I think a Technic set needs as many cool technical features as possible, and this one seemed to stop at the obligatory basics of steering, suspension and the fake engine, although that differential lock might still surprise me. Let's hope for the best. So folks, you've seen the photos, please let me know what you think about the set in the comments. If I missed anything interesting or new, then also grab the keyboard and let us know. If the video deserves a thumbs up, then smash the like button, and as always I strongly suggest to subscribe with notifications, since the full-blown detailed building review of this set is coming this month, and there will be many more new videos. See you next time, bye bye.